Hi everyone and welcome to another episode of Chow with Lau. Now, two of my favourite things ever are steak and fried rice. Now that sounds like a match made in heaven, doesn't it? But can too much of a good thing be actually bad? Am I about to make the best thing ever, or am I just about to ruin a good steak? We're about to find out. Get your woks ready. So the first thing I'm going to do is prepare my steak. I've got a lovely thick juicy piece of sirloin here which I'm going to add a little oil to. Then I'm going to bash these cloves of garlic and add them in as well. Next I'm adding in a splash of Worcestershire sauce which gives a lovely subtle tangy note which goes really well with grilled meats. Finally I'm going to grind in some black peppercorns. Notice I'm not adding any salt at this point. This is because salt draws out water and I want to keep the steak plump and juicy. Also, I'm not going to velvet or tenderize my steak in any way. And if you don't know what velveting means, check out this video. Because although we are going to be technically stir frying the rice, the steak needs to retain its bite and texture. If I tenderized or velveted the steak, then it would lose that classic steak texture and I might as well have used any cheaper cut of beef. Now it's time to cover it with cling film and allow the steak to absorb all the lovely garlicky flavour. I'm going to cook it after 2 hours, so I'll leave it at room temperature. If you're going to marinate it for longer or even overnight, pop it in the fridge. Whilst I'm waiting for the marinade to work its magic, I'll get the rest of my ingredients together. So first I'm going to slice up my jumbo spring onions. You can use just plain onions or shallots if you like, but I love these guys. Then I'm going to get my overnighted boiled rice. Now overnighted rice is simply rice you've boiled or steamed the night before. This is important as it's actually very difficult to fry freshly boiled rice as it is too sticky and moist, which makes it really easy to clump together, stick to your pan and burn. To make overnighted rice safely, boil or steam your rice as you normally would. Then get it down to room temperature as quick as you can and then cover and place it straight in the fridge. And use it all the following day as it really doesn't keep for very long. Finally, we're going to need an egg which we're going to crack open and beat up briskly. Time to fry our steak. Get your wok or pan smoking hot. Add a little oil, wait for it to get hot again and then place your steak carefully in. We're going for a rare to medium rare steak. People asking for well done steaks makes me want to cry. I don't mean to be a steak snob, but what is the point of a well done steak? You might as well have fried a roasting joint or your belt. Okay, calm. Cook the steak the way you want. To cook a rare to medium rare steak, fry the steak on one side for 1 to 2 minutes, adding a good pinch of salt. Then turn over and sear for another 1 to 2 minutes, adding the marinade, spring onions and another good pinch of salt. Remove from the pan, cover loosely with foil and allow it to rest for 5 to 10 minutes. Now slice it into bite-sized pieces, but not too small as we want to retain the steak's bite. The steak is looking and smelling so good. I really want to eat it now. Am I about to make the best thing ever, or am I about to commit the biggest culinary sin and totally ruin a good steak? I don't know about you, but I really need to know how it turns out. I mean, I'm nervous and I'm the one making this video. Now it's time to fry the rice. Rinse out your wok or pan and get it smoking hot again. Add 2 tablespoons of cooking oil, let it get hot and now add in your beaten egg. Give it a stir to stop it from burning and just as it begins to set, add in your cold rice. The rice will be dry and at this point looks very unappetizing, but don't worry, it all comes together in the end. Give it a good toss and use your implement to gently break up the rice. Now add in a splash of light soy sauce and flick that through. As you can see, the rice is starting to look much more like fried rice should and far more appetizing. Keep going until it is nice and hot and heated all the way through. Add a good pinch of salt and toss that through. Now drop in your pieces of steak along with the spring onions and all the juices. Flick it through a few more times to distribute the meat and the flavours. And we're done. I'm serving this rice with some broccoli, which I've seared in a hot pan for a minute and then finished by adding a little water and steaming for a couple more minutes with a lid on. And some vine tomatoes, which I've pan fried with a bit more garlic. And here you go, steak fried rice. So is it the best thing ever, or proof that too much of a good thing can actually be bad? Did I just create something amazing, or did I just ruin a steak? Let's find out. Okay, well, look at that. Perfectly blushing, medium rare. Oh my gosh. Folks, I didn't know what I was worried about. That is a match made in heaven. The steak is garlicky, it's tender, it's rare, and it goes with the rice so nicely. The garlic and that Worcestershire sauce, oh my gosh. And it just kind of cuts through the rice, if you know what I mean. The rice is kind of like very savoury, but a little bit of tang, a tiny little hint of tang in the steak is just wonderful. Honestly, Worcestershire sauce is brilliant. It's harder to say than it is to use, but it's really, really, really nice. And I'm going to try some broccoli. The healthy bit, fantastic. And just complements it, lovely. Really, really nice. And spring onions, it just gives it that kind of subtle oniony flavour. If this is fusion food, then sign me up. This is fantastic. It is such a simple yet delicious and comforting and satisfying dish. Everybody's gonna love this. Steak, tick. Rice, tick. All boxes ticked. I hope you've enjoyed this. If you have, please do me a favour by liking and sharing the video. If you'd like to see more of my videos, subscribe and click on the notifications. And finally, if you want to support what I do, then you can do that by donating through Patreon or by clicking the super thanks icon, which is also below this video. You can also follow me on Facebook and Instagram, where we can have nice little chats. All links are in the video description below. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care, guys. Bye-bye. Next, I'm putting in a splash of Worcestershire sauce. It's easy for me to say. Worcestershire sauce. Worcestershire sauce. Worcestershire sauce. Worcestershire sauce. Splash of Worcestershire sauce. Worcestershire sauce. Worcestershire. Next, I'm adding in a splash of Worcestershire sauce. Next, I'm putting in a splash. Yeah.